A very warm welcome to the classroom. Children, this is English revision of Supplementary Reader, lesson number 2, The Friendly Mongoose. Let us begin our day with the proverb, haste makes waste, which means we should not be in a hurry, take a proper time, and then only we should take a decision and work over it. What exactly was a proverb? This was discussed yesterday. Still, we will define it. A proverb is a simple saying that people know and they repeat. Yesterday, we have read some stories and seen that how a proverb can be used in a story. As well as we have also discussed some proverbs with its meaning. Today, we will focus over how to write an essay based over a proverb as well as how to write a story. Before that, I think I should also repeat what is the syllabus of PA1. So we have in PA1 two books, that is our literature book Honeysuckle and Supplementary Reader. We have Unit 1, Who Did Patrick's Homework, A House, a Home. Unit 2, How the Dog Found Himself a New Master. The Kite Poem. Unit 3, Tarot's Reward, and poem The Quarrel. Under Supplementary Reader, we have two lessons, A Tale of Two Birds, The Friendly Mongoose. You might be thinking there's no grammar? Yes. Grammar as related to the textbook that is prescribed for our class, it's not there, but whatever grammar part we have in the textbook as textual exercises or some phrases or idioms or proverbs used, definitely they are the part of our syllabus. They are hidden in these chapters. So do focus over it as well. Today we will see as how to write an essay based over a proverb. Where there's a will, there's a way, or there is a way. Where there is a will, there is a way, or where there's a will, there's a way. This is our proverb. What does it mean? We have to describe in the first paragraph as I have tried. Where there's a will, there's a way. The saying means that if we are determined and have a willingness to do something, however impossible it might seem to be, as shall find a way to do it successfully. We should have determination and a strong will. In para 2, as you could see, we have to give some examples as well as explain it in a proper manner. So let us begin para 2. Children, dividing the essay into more than 3 paragraphs is essential. Leaving the boundaries on both the sides is also very much essential. And beginning your paragraphs at a proper place, as we have learned in class 5th, should be followed. So para 2, at times we find that we are not in a position to do certain things. It is only because we lack the interest to do it, or we really do not try to do them. We do not really want to do them when we are not interested in something. We try to find some excuses not to do it. But if we have the strong desire, we can remove all the obstacles or hindrances on our path and attain our target or goal, and will discover the way to success. So in this, we have given reasons. As we are not able to do something, we are finding excuses, we are not trying to do that, and we are showing that we are unable to do. It's so difficult. So, in para 3, if we go through history and the autobiographies of great men, we can realize that many of them became great by their strong will, determination, luck, courage, and perseverance. For example, we take the case of the famous American president Abraham Lincoln. Even though he was born in a very poor family, he gradually rose to the highest position in his country by hard work and strength of character. So, citing some examples from your surrounding, especially the role models around the world, will add to your essay. It will show that you have overall knowledge about this topic. Next, same is the case of so many other successful men in the field of science, literature, politics, etc. Their determination to succeed brought them success. Napoleon Bonaparte said that the word impossible was not found in his dictionary. Determination is something which can work wonders. Be determined and the goal is yours. So with the last line also, we have proved that where there's a will, there's a way. Be determined and the goal is yours. So in this manner, you have to divide your essay into more than 3 paragraphs, cite some examples from the surroundings and some quotes as well, and explain the proverb in the first paragraph very properly. So this was essay. Now let us move towards story. I have chosen here the story with the title Tit for Tat. Do you remember the story of the cunning fox and the stork? Yes, you know the story of the fox and the stork. So let us start. Once a cunning fox made friends with a stork. They grew very intimate in no time. The fox was fond of cutting jokes at the expense of the others. Means he would like to joke over others. One day he wanted to cut a joke with the stork. He invited him to a dinner. The stork accepted the invitation. The fox placed a shallow plate of soup before his friend. The stork's mouth watered at the sight of the soup. The cunning fox licked the whole of it in time. When the stork could hardly pick a little of it with his long beak, the hungry stork took the joke to his heart and went away disappointed, which shows that the fox made the stork disappointed. The stork wanted to pay the fox in his own coin. Pay the fox in his own coin means in his own style he wanted to defeat. In the style of the fox. He also invited the fox to dinner. He placed before his friend a tall jar with a long and narrow neck full of boiled rice. The fox could not get anything out of it. He could lick outer surface of the jar. The stork with his long beak made a hearty dinner of rice. The fox felt very much humbled. He went away disappointed. As you know, we have divided the story into more than 2 to 3 paragraphs. We made it very clear that what is our story's title? Tit for Tat. It is not only the title of the story, can also become the moral of the story as well. Right? We should not write the proverb in stories as we explain it in essay. We have explained the proverb in essay first paragraph. But here, the reader should understand that the story is based over this proverb. So, it can become the title or moral. It can't be included in the story, right? So, keep focus over it. And one more proverb, as you sow, so shall you reap. Means, as you will sow the seed which you sow in the earth, the quality of seed you sow, so shall you reap. In the same manner, that quality, plant or fruit you will be getting. In the same manner, if you are happy towards others, if you are respectful towards others, they will also be happy and respectful towards you. So, as you sow, so shall you reap. It can also be the moral of the story. So, children, if you are asked to write an essay, or a story based over proverbs, you should follow similar pattern. In essay, explanation of proverb in the first paragraph is essential, while in story, hidden meaning of the proverb should be there. So, this is how we should be able to write essays and stories based over proverbs. Other exercises related to proverbs we have already discussed. I hope you all have understood the topic well. Keep revising, keep learning. Thank you.